Hello and welcome to tonight's show.
And hello and welcome to episode 242 of On the Bench, a podcast for scale modelers by scale modelers, all about scale models. This episode is being brought to you by our latest Patreon supporter, Warren Dickinson. You too can be just like this fine gentleman. Simply go to www.patreon.com/onthebench and pledge any amount from as little as $1 per week. Your contributions help with our hosting and production costs and are greatly appreciated by us. We're extremely proud to be supported by Scale Model Supply, a fantastic range of modelling paints, and also above and beyond that there's a whole heap of other modelling supplies that are available. Let's hear from the man himself.
Are you looking for top quality paints for your next project? Then look no further than the Scale Modeller Supply. Hi, I'm Scott, and as a passionate modeller myself, I've spent years creating the SMS product range, designing them specifically with a scale modeller in mind. We've worked extensively to develop our acrylic lacquer paint range to not only be airbrush ready straight out of the bottle, but also to be very easy to use so that anyone of any skill level can create professional results with minimal effort. Just give the bottle a good shake, pour into your airbrush and spray at 15 psi. So dive into your next project with confidence, knowing that you're backed by one of the finest hobby paints on the market. Head over to our website scalemodeller.com.au to check out our full range and to find your closest retailer.
And hello and welcome to the show. And in the studio I've got Ian.
G'day Dave, g'day Julian, g'day everyone else.
I've got Julian.
Good morning.
How are you, gentlemen?
Yeah, not
I'm
bad.
good.
Not bad.
Now, Julian, I hear a rumour that you may have purchased a book.
Yeah, but I'm not telling you about it.
Oh, why not?
Not till he's got
Because I don't have it in front of me. I can't show you.
But
know?
you can tell us what you're going to get.
Well, I haven't seen it myself, so I'm just going to wait.
But you know what it is because
You're
you
going to
bought
have
it.
to wait. There's no getting anything out of me at this point.
Wait till
Right?
next episode.
I could have just not told you at all. Right?
Yes.
I could have just shown up here in 2 weeks' time with a book in hand. Technically, it's 2 books.
Ooh, two
Okay.
books.
Yeah, because it was like $38 for each, and I managed to buy both of them for 75 or something like that. And I can't remember what it was. 79.
Well, now I'm really intrigued.
Yeah. We'll have to wait till next
Yeah.
We are going
Recording.
to have to wait.
Have a
until
look-see.
then.
Yeah. But I mean, like, you know, I've mentioned before about how I'm not really one to buy books because they take up. Yeah, well, they take up about as much space as model kits. I'd rather have model kits, you know? Right? And the other thing is that this isn't a history book. Because I feel like history books, you know, how much do you really need them?
Yeah.
You know, like you read them and you're like, okay, well, that's cool, but I knew like 80% of that stuff already, and the rest of it I can remember. I don't need to keep this thing. You know, but I mean, this, like, I feel like if a book is more like a tool, something you can repeatedly bring out and use, and then when necessary, and then put away, then it has justification to own.
Mm.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough. What about you?
Reference books, you know, I suppose. Yeah.
What about you, Ian?
Same old, mate. You know, my life is, pretty much Groundhog Day, mate. I don't get anything done.
Well, I haven't been able to get much done because it's been raining like non-stop. It's been like a week non-stop raining.
It has, yeah. It's been pretty miserable, the weather.
And when it's not raining, it's cold.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
Not cold by most people's standards. Obviously,
not by Northern Hemisphere
Well, you know
standards, but
what?
cold for us.
I'd get laughed at if, you know.
It's funny because you know how I prefer to go to Canada in the winter.
Yes.
When we sort of travel. It's Melbourne at 6 degrees with mist or a fog or that sort of misty rain is colder. I find I'm colder than I am in Canada at like -5 or -10 degrees.
And then throw in a southerly.
Yeah,
When you're getting the wind from the Arctic.
Yeah, that's
it's really weird. I can be in Montreal with snowbanks about 5 or 6 foot tall, and be as warm as toast on -5 or 10 degree day. But in Melbourne, I can be freezing my
Tush off.
at 10 degrees Celsius. It's really weird. So.
There's like wind chill factor and stuff like that, right?
Well, mind you, when the wind blows in Canada, you know about it, man.
Yeah.
I'll tell you now.
Yeah.
I think it's a funny story because we were wandering around and it was I want to say it was around -20, something like that, because there was a wind chill factor coming into it, and we had to stop at the local. I think I was in Toronto. We had to stop at the local liquor store to get some beer and stuff, and I went into the beer fridge and I had to undress because it was warmer in the beer fridge than it was outside, because the beer fridge runs at like 2 degrees Celsius.
Yeah.
And I'd come from -20 to 2 degrees with 22 degrees sort of difference, and you walk in and you go, oh God, it's hot in here.
That's crazy.
Oh, that's weird.
That's nuts,
Anyway,
mate. That's nuts.
anyway. What have you been doing building wise?
Oh, I got a lot of things on the go.
Have you?
To be
Cool.
honest. Yeah. So, let's see. Start at the start. The stuff that I've already started is in anticipation of the Canberra show.
Yep.
I am building the BMW Z8.
Yep.
So, because that's got the roadsters and convertibles category, the special category.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm building that, and it's also coinciding with our upcoming club display for next year, which will be movies.
Right. So what movie is this one from?
BMW. It's from James Bond.
Oh, I see. Yep.
The World Is Not Enough.
Yep.
Movie. Yeah, and the other one I'm doing for that, because I always budget like 2 for those. It's how I do it. Is the Jackie Chan movie where it's got how he was sponsored by Mitsubishi for many years.
Yes.
And he had a lot of movies with Evos in them.
Yep.
Yeah, so that's what I'm doing. I'm just doing a white Evo.
Oh, cool.
Oh, very good.
And then I've got another one of Marissa's group builds.
Oh, you dive back in again.
Yeah,
I
well,
saw you.
it's kind of good being in like a nice,
Yeah.
because she runs essentially a chat group along with it, and
You know what? We're going to get back on the show. I haven't spoken to Marissa for
Yeah.
ages.
Well, she did mention a while ago that she wanted to come back on the show, but she didn't have any reason for doing so.
Well, we don't
She
need
was
a
like,
reason.
I just want to do something. And it's like, okay.
Yeah, we'll take you on the show.
I'll mention it to her.
Yeah.
yeah,
book
can
her
you?
in.
Yeah.
Anyway, she's doing another group build, and this time it's risk maxing, as she's calling it. And it's basically like any kind of like OSHA violation type stuff. So I had to think about it, and I thought, a lot of those sort of situations involve a setting.
Mm.
Like guy hanging off a ladder in a precarious way, or
Yeah.
and I wanted to avoid anything that involves me building any kind of diorama aspect to it.
Right.
So I found that, there's that image of a guy trying to start a chainsaw with the blades between his legs.
Yes.
Yeah, so that's what I'm doing. Because you can easily get accessory packs that have like various weapon type stuff in it.
Yeah,
One of them's a chainsaw. So I was like, I just need to pair that with the appropriately scaled kit, and
Very good.
easy peasy. I've got to paint a, fluorescent yellow safety shirt on him.
I like it. Actually, what you should do is see if you can chase up online, see if anyone's got any of the old Husqvarna chainsaws back in the 80s and 90s. Had a little flyer in their chainsaws.
Well, I was
specifically said, do not attempt to stop a chain using hands or genitals.
Yes.
Which means the reason they put that in, because
somebody
someone did.
it. Yes.
There's always someone. Yeah. So that's my plan. I think so. It's got the actual blade part, and I've got it comes with a bunch of like different gun type things. So I can modify those and then put like a loop, like a horizontal loop, because you've got like the one your less dominant hand goes on up front.
Oh, your loop handle in chainsaw, mate.
Yeah. So I'll probably have to scratch build something like that onto it. Yeah, easy.
Just
yeah, that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to do something that's easy peasy and looks funny. And
so, what brand chainsaw are you going to make it?
I'm not going to make it any particular brand. It's going to be because it has to. Remember, it's always I tried to match with the crowd, and this is like a Gundam type of crowd. Gundam and mecha type stuff, and then so I picked a Zaku, the ones that are usually green.
Yep.
Yeah. So I've got that as the dude, and I've paired it with the chainsaw bit that's the appropriate size, and I'm just gonna paint it like maybe orange and white, and
So you're doing a still chainsaw?
Yeah, I suppose. I mean, it's more recognizable. I don't know any other.
Yeah. Well, you paint a little red and make it a German solo one.
Yeah. That's the thing. Like people will recognize it as a chainsaw.
Oh,
and
of course,
that's good enough for me.
Yes. You're gonna have like little pull start and everything.
I don't know if I'm going to go that far.
You should. I reckon you should have his hand, one hand holding up like a loop handle, and one hand.
Think about the scale, though.
Yeah, but you can do that easily.
I am not someone who's worked for someone that sells chainsaws like you have, so I don't have the same level of interest.
Well, you can always ask a question, Julian, and I'll be happy to answer.
Yeah, I know, but that's why I'm not asking any questions. Yeah, so that's what I'm planning to do, and I was you talk in the chat group, and you see what other people are doing, and some people are doing things like you know that our former Prime Minister and his little accident where he flashed himself in the eyes with trying to weld.
Yeah.
Yes. So one of them is doing that, I believe, or at least some version of it involving welding.
Yeah.
So that'll be good to see when they've done that one.
Definitely. Yeah. That'd be pretty cool.
I mean, I think it's quite easy because you can just modify it, and again, you can just sort of take a bit of a gun type element and then add like just the nozzle and stuff to do welding. Yeah.
Well, I haven't even bought anything for a couple of weeks now. It's been pretty sad.
Oh,
normally I can at least say I bought this, but no.
I've been the opposite actually. I've been buying stuff. Well, I'm building a Tamiya P38.
Yes.
F/G or G/F model, and I didn't like the decals that came with the Tamiya kit. I thought they were a bit sort of plain, so I went and bought some decals a couple of weeks ago, only to realise it was for the J model, so I can't use them.
Yep.
So I went back and bought some more, which are winging their way from Poland, I think, at the moment. I bought it from Edward. And I am just loving building this Tamiya P38.
Oh, late. I suppose the latest of the Tamiya aircraft kits this kit's so easy to build.
We say later. This is getting a bit long in the tooth now. I want to say it's about 5 years old now. But oh my god, it's just a joy to put together.
Mate, you reckon that's great? Build their Spitfire. Their Spitfire is a beautiful kit to build. You could close your eyes and build it. It's just so user friendly.
I don't have to worry about seam issues or fit issues
that's the thing. You can assume.
Yeah.
Right? You can just assume. You never have to test fit. It just...
Yeah. I still test fit.
Hey, here's something, speaking of... Sorry, I'm going to jump in. Speaking of seams, I was watching this doco during the week on the A20s, the Boston Havocs.
Yep.
And when you're building one of those, you shouldn't eliminate the seam going down the fuselage.
Which part of the fuselage? On the top or the bottom? Or?
Both.
Really?
They were built in two halves and then put together.
Seriously?
Yep. Left and right and then slapped them together.
Huh. That's like the
Messerschmitt 109.
Messerschmitt 109. Yeah. Everybody sort of gets rid of that, and it's not supposed to be there.
It's supposed to be a seam at the
down
top.
the spine. Yeah.
Interesting.
Oh, interesting. Yeah. But I'm just loving this. The cockpit's done. I'm working on the wheel wells at the moment.
Any updates on it, or like upgraded parts, or
no? It's the whole. Oh, it's funny. the whole thing about this group build, it's the group is loosely called the corner cutters.
Yes.
And so the idea is that you cut corners and just, get a model at the door.
Mm-hmm.
But there's some pretty heavy hitters in this group.
Oh, yeah, it usually is, yeah.
So, I've got Lucas and I've got, there's a whole heap of guys. Clayton.
Yeah.
So some real heavy hitters there. So everybody bends over backwards to try and
Outdo each other.
really, because I was doing the radios at the back and I was doing the wiring from the radios, and I showed it on our little sort of Facebook page that we've got between ourselves. And Clayton's, pikes up and goes, "Oh, it's supposed to be the corner cutters, I said, "Well, I'm just practicing my rigging skills."
Yeah, might be asking a bit much to actually cut corners when you're talking about modelers. I mean,
I know. So I think although it's called the corner cutters, I think we're doing the complete opposite. So
I should join and then actually cut all the corners.
You should.
Oh, so speaking of which, our glorious club president has given us the what's the
build a bomb.
Yeah.
Yeah, give us a
build the thing where you build crappy kits.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I remember another club I was in that had they called it build a bitch.
I am not enthused.
What are you building?
It's some crappy old. I don't even know what the brand. I forgot what the brand is, but it's like some old T34 tiny thing, and it's supposed to be motorized and like the
Eastern European kit.
I don't know. I think it might be Japanese or something. But in any case, it's got like the the sprocket for the tracks, and it's like two cones back to back. So this thing's not even cylindrical, right? And it's just absolutely woeful. Like I have absolute contempt for this kit. So
I've got contempt for the whole thing that we do, because I ended up with an Airfix Dornier, the flying pencil, and you might say, "Oh, it's not a bad kit," but this is like, raised panel lines back in the 19. This is, I think it was probably pressed in about 1970. The box art looks like it's from the 70s, and
you barely see through the glazings because they're that thick.
Oh,
like I was able to opt out of it by paying $5. Because I saw the exit door and I was like, "Yep, I don't need another thing on my plate that I don't want to do."
It's been banned this year, though.
Yeah, I know. So I have to do it, and so I've got a plan, and it involves me barely assembling what's there and then hosing it down with a spray can of white primer.
Well, last year I set fire to it.
Set fire to it, sacrificed it.
So for the club meet, I just brought along the box. It was all burnt around the edges, and said, "Yeah, that's it."
I mean, if you want a variation of that,
the one I had last year was so bad that even super glue wouldn't stick the plastic together.
Yeah, I've had one of those. I remember once I had one. It was a N1K1 George, and it had no glazings. It just had like a frame, and the plastic was like rubbery.
Yeah.
So you could basically get the plastic and squeeze it and just pop back into shape. And you didn't get decals, you had stickers. So it was basically just a toy that you put together.
Yeah.
And it was like, well, what the frick are you meant to do with this thing?
Well, the one I had last year.
So we ended up building it,
Yeah.
and they put it into a display case for the trophy, and that ended up being the trophy for that competition. And it was mounted on a spring, so whenever you moved it, the plane would go wobble, 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 wobble. Yeah. Well, still get chills about that thing.
This one is so bad that some of the people got vac forms.
Yes.
Oh, any Mac 2 kits?
No, this one's a vac form of a Soviet bomber from the Cold War.
Something like that.
Yeah, it's one of those. I think a Bison, maybe. No, or a backfire or something like that.
Twin engines, rounded fuselage.
Yeah, but it's all vacuum form. It's like in 48 scale.
And you know Bill got given a Gundam. Yeah, so one of the guys in our club, Bill, he's famously very anti-science fiction.
Yes, that's right.
Or very anti-fiction.
Yeah.
His philosophy is it's not a model if it's not a model of a real thing.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right, so fictional subjects do not fly with him, and he got given a Gundam.
Indeed he did.
Which only barely makes me lightens my mood on the whole thing because I don't want to do it.
No.
But like I'm really gonna shortcut this thing. I'm gonna glue the thing to a piece of cardboard, and that'll be its base.
Just glue it to the box top.
That's it. Yeah, maybe I will.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on. We've got a couple of interviews coming up. So we're catching up with the guys from South Australia, and then we're catching up with the guys from Massachusetts. But
PATCON.
before we get there, let's dive into emails that we've received. And it's either tongue-tied. It's either feast or famine with
yes.
emails, isn't it?
Yes, and today we've got a bit of a feast.
Yes, a feast this week.
Cool.
So the first one comes in from Owen Dawson, who hails from North Wales in the UK. And Owen writes, "Hello, Ian, Julian, and the biggest beast of modelling podcasters, Podosaurus Dave.
Podosaurus.
Your last aftermarket topic was great entertainment. I think Julian's attitude towards aftermarket is about spot on. If you want to avoid a headache, try to skip aftermarket where possible. But as Julian acknowledged, sometimes it is necessary, particularly where ships and armour are concerned. This leads me on to another topic for discussion for the benches, maybe even its own dedicated segment. How important is historical accuracy when building models? Aftermarket is part of this affliction, and sometimes I regret researching a subject too heavily because the more I research, the more I seem to spend on aftermarket. When I'm building a diorama, usually based around 35th Armour subjects, I try to let the creative juices flow and not get too hung up on historical accuracy. But even here, I often fall down. A big issue for me is posting work online, often after hundreds of hours work creating a diorama, which the vast majority of modelers will appreciate, only for the odd rivet counter to come back and say my tank is the wrong shade of green or something similar. I know I should try not to get hung up on such critique, but to my chagrin, I do. For example, a few years ago was the First World War diorama I created set in Passchendaele in 1917, which depicted a knocked-out Mark IV tank sinking into the mud. It's probably one of the best bits of modelling I've accomplished and even won awards. But the only bit of feedback that I remember a couple of years later is that one online commenter who told me that as the diorama was set in 1917, the tank should have had a brown camouflage finish and it should not have red and white stripes that I'd painted on it, as that was not introduced on British tanks until 1918. I could have swallowed the critique as I had painted both features to help the tank stand out in the muddy brown no man's land that the diorama was set in. However, obviously it bothered me enough to remove the 1917 reference on the brass plaque which accompanied the diorama. The markings and the name I gave the tank were also made up. No one seemed to notice or was bothered enough to critique this bit of artistic license. So maybe I have let the camouflage critique get to me. And one more question on the subject: how far should historical accuracy feature in judging at shows? It strikes me that if you model a subject that the judge has particular expertise in, you are at a disadvantage compared to entering into a subject in a competition where he knows little about. Anyway, my 2 pennies worth. I'd love to hear your opinions on historical accuracy.
First of all, you shouldn't...
personal preference.
Look,
I myself prefer historical accuracy. But hey, if you're building just for the fun of it and looking at his photos, that is freaking awesome. Freaking diorama, mate. That looks great. I love it. I'd be happy to have that in my display case. That was amazing.
Look, I think skill trumps historical accuracy. I'd much rather see a really
nicely built
well-done kit than a kit that's not, like the details don't worry me too much. And people who get, nitpicky like that, they're just usually compensating for the fact that they haven't built anything.
They can't build for crap.
It's a special place in hell for those people.
Yes. No, but
right. I mean,
it's personal preference to me. Like myself, I prefer the accuracy, trying to get it as looking real to the actual subject I'm modelling. But if you're in it just for the fun of building, go for it. Speaking
from experience, like when you actually start drilling into these details and you start researching this particular vehicle and its history, and then the more you drill down, the more you would think that more things converge, right? Like, oh, I finally found out this is the actual real detail, and it's like, no, usually it just keeps going away from you.
Yeah.
Right? The more you're like, okay, I need to find out the exact shade of green and which camouflage, and then it turns out, you thought that it should have been the brown from this year forward, but it turns out that there are examples of where they were painted in the field in brown prior to that time, but it was only these sorts of vehicles, and no one knows where those vehicles went. And the more you get into it, the more it just sort of blurs, and you get zero definitive answers.
Yep, like
every single bloody time.
Some of the German armour where they used mud for camouflage. They just put patches of mud over it in specific areas on their tanks and that to give the brown camouflage. Depending what they used to mix the paint with in the field, most of the times they mixed it with petrol or diesel, and that's going to change the paint.
Well, I'm see.
And don't get started on Messerschmitt 109s because everyone is different.
Yeah,
every single one's different.
What I'm sort of diving into is the weathering side of it, because at some point, if you do a clean build of an aircraft or of a tank, at some point it was super clean like that, like when it came from the
factory. Yeah.
But if you just plonk that model down on the table without any sort of weathering these days,
or references, you forget about it. Yeah. You're going to get completely overlooked. So what you have to do, unfortunately, is like maybe have a picture of the background of the aircraft showing it rolling out of the factory, or the tank rolling out of the factory. Yeah, I did something like that with me Waffenträger.
Oh, sorry.
Because the Waffenträger was basically, it was a project build from the Germans, and so I just decided, well, since it's nice and clean, whereas every one of my other armour is dirty and chipped and weather beaten, I just put it on a factory floor with a guy in a boiler suit.
I mean, even modern tanks, and I've said this numerous times before. Like our tank regiments will have a parade day, celebrate.
Where they wash the tanks first,
and the tanks are washed and cleaned within inch of their lives. There's no way a company sergeant major or a regimental sergeant major is going to walk the line and allow a tank with a bit of dirt or dust to go on his parade ground for that particular day.
Yeah.
Look at the Russian tanks in the May Day parades.
Yes.
I mean, they even go so far as to put a white rim around the wheels.
Yeah.
It's, and yet if you put a model like that on the table without explaining, the setting, you're going to get overlooked, and people are, they're going to go for, models that are weathered or, in a different sort of setting. It's annoying, and yet it's funny because the ship modelers, they'll accept, 3 different types of ships. They'll accept one that's weathered. They'll accept one that's waterline and displayed in a sea base, and they'll also accept museum quality.
Yeah.
So it's really weird, man. I don't know.
Anyway, back on historical accuracy thing.
Yeah, sorry, I diverted in the rant. Then I did. Oh my god, I nearly did a riv rant.
You did that exact same rant last night, didn't you?
Yeah, well, actually, we're talking about cigarettes too last night, but it's a different thing altogether. Anyway.
Yeah, that's when I wanted to go home.
You heard I was flapping my gums.
No, I mean, it's just like
anyway, back to historical things.
Yeah, and back to the historical thing. Like, there are always going to be those individuals that will come up and say, "Oh, actually, it wasn't really like that." They just need to get in your. They want to be seen as like an historical authority of some sorts, and they actually aren't as. They want to appear right more than they want to appear knowledgeable. Yeah.
And given that there were like 35,000 Shermans built or whatever, I challenge anybody to be an expert in every single Sherman that rolled off the line.
Yeah, I mean, like,
you can't be.
If you really cared what these people think, you would just build photos. Like, pick pick a photo and replicate it perfectly as best as you can. And, good luck finding colour photos from that period of time,
Owen, sing like
Actually,
no one.
funny you should say that because I do that a lot. Find photos of the subject I'm working on and then just try and replicate the weather.
It's a really good practice. You don't have to do it every time, but I mean that's the only way because there's always going to be someone like let's say you throw a tarp on something, they'll go, "Oh, that's not a very good looking tarp," and then the other person will come back the other way and say, "Well, actually, here's this one bizarre out of norm picture of a tarp exactly in that fashion, and therefore I think that all tarps were like that." And then you think you're standing there watching these two idiots go back and forth and you think, well, both of you are being very misingenuous.
Yes.
Well, just in closing,
misingenuous? Is that the right word? Disingenuous. Yeah. Like they're not arguing in good faith; they're just being assholes.
And my recommendation is sing like no one's listening, dance like no one's watching, and build like no one's looking.
Please don't dance, Dave.
Yeah. No, great email, and I love the photos, mate. They're amazing.
Yes, Brian O'Donoghue writes in, "Hi guys, just finished listening to your last episode. I know that feeling all too well. I don't think I've built anything out of the box. Thought I might have had one, but replaced the side windows." A few years ago, I picked up an Acura Armour CVRT Sultan. I thought it might be an easy build, but after all, it's a resin kit. The rear door is nicely detailed, and I thought it'd be a shame to have the door closed. Q1 Mammoth project. There have been a few adjustments as the resin is quite thick, but it's kept me happy, and I've enjoyed the build so far. I didn't fancy the supplied tracks, and they will be replaced with the AFV Club styrene individual links. Anyhow, enough from me. Enjoy your cooler weather as it's unseasonably hot in the UK at the moment. Keep up the good work. That's from Brian from Hereford
in the UK.
And there's a picture of
show us the photos.
What he's actually built.
Brian, go crazy.
Talk about scratch building.
He's basically scratch built out of styrene the whole interior. That's friggin' amazing.
And at that point, you could almost. He just should have started with blueprints and just built his own everything.
He may as well. That's a project. That's amazing.
You would have had more fun just starting from scratch, just with sheet styrene, than having to deal with old crusty resin.
Yeah. But I was very impressed.
Mark Sprayberry writes in, "Julian, just been listening to episode 241. You should look at doing the Corvette from the movie Corvette Summer. Think this movie came out in the late 70s or early 80s with none other than Luke Skywalker, Mark Hamill. Great looking car. Horrible movie. Enjoy." And then he shot another one saying the email went fast and supposed to. So great show. Enjoy every episode. However, back to Julian. I believe AMT made the model of this Corvette. I just don't remember the kit number or when it was produced. That's best regards from Mark. Earn your place.
Thanks, Mark.
What was the name of the movie?
It was called
Corvette Summer.
Corvette Summer.
There you go, Julian should look it up now.
Yeah. So that's Mark from
Panama
Beach in Florida, USA.
Oh, that is
nice weather, nice.
That is a.
Just look, Julian.
Oh, it's not a nice looking car. I mean, I'm sure it was considered. It looks like a Hot Wheels car, is what it looks like.
It looks like something that a 12-year-old would draw.
Yeah. I'm not going to build that.
It's just a bit loud.
Yeah, I mean, you know what? That is like the American equivalent of like Japanese rice in cars. You know, that period in the 2000s where they were just putting fiberglass junk on everything.
Yes.
Will Edwards writes in, "Hi guys, I liked your movie car club idea, but I was genuinely surprised that Condor Man.
Condor Man.
For car enthusiasts and modelers, it's packed with fantastic subjects. There's a black Porsche 911 Turbo, which are iconic. The Mercedes-Benz chase cars look menacing, and the bright red sports cars made for some unforgettable screen time. Then there's the Condor Mobile, a heavily modified Nova Sterling kit car with a futuristic canopy. It has to be one of the most distinctive movie vehicles of the 1980s and would make an incredible scale model. I'm amazed it isn't talked about more often. If you're looking for memorable movie cars that haven't already been covered countless times, Condor Man is full of them. It seems like an untapped gold mine for both movie car fans and modelers. Thanks for another great episode and keep up the excellent work. I just thought I'd fly the flag for one of the most underrated collections of movie cars ever put on screen. Cheers, Will.
Yes, I am well aware of that movie. I am a fan of Condor Man. It was sparked, much imagination when I was a child. And I do remember all the 911s, and then there's the lead bad guy who drives a 911 flat nose, but it's not a normal one. It's got like a weird front grille, and I would need to modify a kit if I could even find a kit that does the flat nose properly in the proper scale. Yeah. The thing is, like, I want to tick the box with the least amount of effort possible.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I wouldn't mind making some pretty iconic cars if I could reach for the appropriate kit and it would work. Yeah. But, like, there's no kit. There's not going to be a model kit of, like, a kit car from the 1970s or whatever.
It'd be a bugger to scratch build, too. I'm just looking at some photos of it.
I've never seen the movie.
Do you know what a Purvis Eureka looks like?
Yeah.
You would have seen them around here.
Yeah, Purvis Eureka. That's what it is, a Purvis Eureka?
Basically, yeah, kind of.
Oh, that is awful, that car. The
original car, yes, but the movie car was a modified version of that.
Eve just showed me
in the golden brown, the goldy yellow colour and the brown condor on the nose.
No, that's god awful. That's just terrible.
There's a scene.
It's like something that'd fit in for the Hawthorn Football Club. It's got the right colours. It's got the big bird motif on the front.
Yeah, I mean, it seemed cooler back in the day.
Yeah.
Well,
obviously.
didn't they all? Didn't
Yes.
all those shows seem cooler of the day, and then you rewatch them as an adult, you go, "What was I thinking?"
Yeah, I know.
Looks like they're on some sort of hallucinogenics and they made
Well,
that
hey,
movie.
Dave, look, we grew up with who was it? Marty and Sid Croft.
That's true.
Stuff.
Yes, we
So
did.
stuff we used to watch.
We did.
Like I tried rewatching Land of the Lost,
Yeah.
and I used to love that show. I used to watch that every Saturday morning. Every episode, would not miss a minute. I think I got through about 3 episodes before I wanted to throw me can of beer at the telly because Holly pissed me off so much.
Well, it's funny because I occasionally will sit down and I'll put on a Thunderbirds episode or a UFO, and it doesn't. It's still perfect even today.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you could just watch Team America World Police and it'd be better in every way.
America. Dun, dun. All right, next email.
Yep.
Peter Fitzpatrick writes in, "Hi guys, love your work. Let me start by saying that I'm a solo modeler and not a member of a club. I attend my local show but have never entered as I've been, hasn't been my thing. However, listening to you guys has sparked my interest, and I will be attending and entering Scale ACT in November.
Woo! Go, Peter.
So where is this leading? Well, I am predominantly a plane guy, but have decided to build a tank and buy a heap of aftermarket to make sure my model will be of a standard worth showing. I can safely say that after building tracks and bending photo etch, that I probably won't ever use it again. It takes the fun out of building for me, and I agree with Julian's take that if you buy the best kit you can, do you really need it? There are a couple of aircraft kits in my stash with aftermarket upgrades that I have put off starting because of it. I guess it's a personal thing, but I don't think I'll bother unless it's going to make a huge difference to the end product. Hope to catch you guys up in Canberra, and maybe we can have a beer. And that's cheers from Peter Fitzpatrick in Adelaide.
Well, sounds like a good idea, Peter.
Every kit that like when you see when I say quote unquote professional modelers, like your celebrity modelers like Mig and stuff, and you see their works where they've got a tank and they've thrown every bit of like photo etch and resin at it, and they've done the stipple thing to make the cast texture. That's a cool look. And then they throw the paint on it, and you can't tell that they've used any aftermarket. Yes. And it kind of loses like 80% of...
It's like ship models. There's nothing that looks better when you're building a ship model and you got the plastic and then all that aftermarket brass on it, and it looks amazing, and then it all gets painted grey.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then a lot of 80% of the effects of of your effort just sort of evaporates right there.
Oh, and sorry, speaking of ship models, can we all have a minute's silence for our good friend?
Who?
Bacon Bits.
Oh,
Dropped his
yes.
Lord Clive.
Yes.
We feel for you, mate.
Yes.
We feel for you.
Yes.
Minute silence.
He's rebuilding it.
Yes, good on him.
Yes.
Well,
it shall rise again.
Yes.
That's the thing, right? Like if you got the skills to make it, you've got the skills to make it again.
You got the skills to fix it. Yep.
Well, my Italian Corvette,
Which I still have not built.
which is a resin one,
Yeah.
it just exploded.
Really?
Yeah, the infrastructure, the superstructures all fell off and just went. And because the
You mean the glues come loose and it's all falling apart, or the resin's just literally exploded?
no, it's all sort of, I don't know. It's like it looks like it's been dropped. It's really weird, man. I was walking past the display case one day and went, "What the hell?"
Yeah,
and I had a close look at it, and so don't forget. So I've got all the I've got the easy line going to it all. So perhaps it was all under tension, and maybe the super glue has finally let go and it's gone twang.
Well, I think doesn't resin also contract and
I don't know.
and expand
I
slightly
don't know.
over age, and you might find that because it's being held with super glue, if it's maybe contracted a little bit or expanded a little bit, that it's just going to pop that super glue.
Yeah, I don't know. I'll show you after the show. It's quite distressing.
You can fix it, though.
I can probably fix it, but it's going to be a lot of work doing it. And I don't know whether maybe I'd like to chuck it in the bin there. It's one in the ward, so it's done. It's done its job.
Done its job, yeah.
It's done its job. Peter, looking forward to seeing you in Canberra.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
don't forget the beauty about Scale ACT is that they have different categories to enter. So
Yeah.
you're not going to be competing against guys who are
Well, you're not competing. Period.
correct. But above and beyond that, they have intermediate and they have what do you call your class that you're in?
Master.
Master. So
that class you're in. Aren't you in Master?
no. For what? Every
got-
time I put my stuff in,
Well, you've never got a gold.
At Scale ACT, I've never got a gold.
Oh, okay. Because
think
I got the gold. I got the gold last year. Pull up your game, Dave.
I think the best I've done is silver. Hey, it's not me, it's the judges, man.
No, it's you.
It's the judges, I'm telling you, all the way.
No, it's you, mate. It's you.
I got gold for a particular model in Queensland, and it didn't place in ACT.
Yep.
Oh,
There you go.
On any Sunday, on any given Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
So, yes, so I can't talk from the high, lofty places that
No, you'll get there.
you sit in
You'll get there.
and look down upon the rest of us, the great unwashed.
What are you talking about?
Just face it,
Yeah,
Julian.
you're calling yourself unwashed. Not me.
Yes.
I'm not calling you that.
Just face it, Julian. Sometimes we just need to slum it, mate.
He's got his hands full. He's got his mouth full. Is what he. That's what occupies all his time.
Yes.
Yeah, Pete. So enter. I think it's intermediate in
In armour.
in armour,
135th.
and you'll do really well. And seek us out. 'Cause I'd like to come and have a look.
Yeah.
we
Well,
definitely will.
just pop over. Might even have a chat with you.
Yeah, definitely catch up with her for a beer. That'd
Yes.
be really good. Alrighty. Last email.
Craig Everson.
Yeah, good mate. Right, dear Dave and Julian. Hope you guys are all well, enjoying any time you get at the bench. I know it's been hard for Ian.
Well, it's been impossible. But yeah.
I just want to let you know my thoughts on the aftermarket conversation. I didn't think it'd be this popular. Thoughts on the aftermarket conversation you had on episode 241. I have to agree with Dave. I always look and buy some aftermarket for kits, and can't remember the last kit I built out of the box.
Me neither.
I do love Quinta and Red Fox 3D decals. Yeah, I love them too. And try to get them, if I can, over traditional PE parts. Although I've built this P38 with out of the box. I haven't bought any aftermarket parts for it, apart from the decals.
I was going to say.
Apart from the
But
decals.
that's actually, does that count as parts?
No. Sorry, Craig continues. I've also started getting some 3D files from Tommy Ant's site for my AH64E project, and I have to say they are great as well.
Well, anything from Tony Annis, Tom Annis is going to be freaking awesome. Anyway.
I will have to concur with Andrew Huss. Oh, please don't do that. He'll get a big head. I'll have to concur with Andrew Huss that you guys need to come up to the New South Wales Model Show. Yes, I know.
Yes, I know. We're planning that.
As is a great little show, and make a trip to Haas as well. Now that they have John Travolta's 707 there.
Oh, right.
I've actually been to Haas.
Yeah, me too. Years and years ago.
Great place. But what's even better is down the road, the Naval Air Museum. Yeah.
Well, I'll go to both.
Anyway, that's all for now. Have a great trip to the US Nationals Day. I'm looking forward to hearing all about it, and then catching up with you all at Scale ACT in November.
Yes, Craig, we will be looking after.
Yes, we'll be looking out.
We'll be looking out for you, mate.
Absolutely. So that's it for emails. And as I said, there was a ton of emails. And, of course, if you want to send us one, you write to onthebench64@gmail.com. Please, 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 I'm asking you to break up this feast or famine situation that we've got. So even if you don't find this fortnight's episode that interesting, write in and tell us so, something that we can read out.
Or something you want us to talk about.
Yeah, or just send us an email telling us how wonderful you are. I mean, I'd quite happily read that out as well.
There you go.
All right, guys. Let's get on to the... we've got a couple of great interviews coming up. Well, first of all, we're talking with the guys from SAPMA, the South Australian Plastic Modellers Association, who've got a show coming up. And then we're talking to the guys from PATCON about their shows also coming up. But before we get there, we're still going to do our Patreon Wheel of Fortune to find out who's going to win the special OTB T-shirt, which I've now modified. So I've got a new version that's coming out now.
Cool.
And the lucky winner
you wore it and then you ate a messy sandwich or something?
No. Actually, that's a good idea. I could send a used one. I wonder if people
God.
Well, you know how... No, I better not go down that one about what people sell.
Well, anyway,
online.
Congratulations to Mark Medwell. You have just won a tea.
Very good. All right, let's... who should we talk to first? Should we talk to the...
Well, the closest one first.
Or just South Australian guys first. All right. And this afternoon, we have on the show two fine young gentlemen from the South Australian Plastic Modellers Association. Welcome to the show, Paulo and David. Gentlemen, how are you?
Yes, I'll go first then. Yeah, great, Dave. Sorry, Pal and I have both been polite to each other. Yeah, really good, thank you. Yeah.
That's all right. So for people around the world who don't know, you guys are a couple of Croweaters. Which means that you come from South Australia, and in fact it's Adelaide, which is one of the most loveliest states in Australia, I've got to say. I've been there many times before. Beautiful wine country there too. If you like a drop of red or white wine, South Australia is the place to go, without a doubt. But we're not here to talk about wine, we're here to talk about models and your wonderful modelling club, SAPMA.
Yep. So SAPMA is the only model club, or the main model club here in South Australia. And we have approximately 100 members at the moment. Yep.
Wow, you guys are really pushing Scale ACT with your modelling, with your club membership.
Yep, definitely. And I like to say that we are a vibrant club. We have a lot of, we give a lot back to the membership. We have some what we call fettling days where our members can go there and during the weekends and have a go on a kit and talk and chat about models. What else, Dave?
At those events, we feed them lots of healthy food.
Unhealthy food.
Hot chips and fries and pasties and soft drinks. But yeah, it's a really good social. What did we have? We had one last weekend, Paolo, and we had about 45 people come. So pretty much half the membership turned up on a very, very wet and rainy Adelaide Saturday. So yeah, they're really popular. We have about 4 of those a year. So they're good fun.
So Fettling Day, is that like your normal club meeting, or is that just an opportunity for guys to get together and share trade secrets on how to do canopies and all that sort of good stuff?
Yeah, it's our normal meetings are the first Wednesday of every month, 7 o'clock till 10 o'clock in the evening. These are held on a Saturday, sort of 9:30 till about 4 o'clock. And these are an actual, you bring stuff in you to build, hence the term fettling. The normal club meetings on the monthly Wednesdays are a little bit more formal. We have a people's choice. You bring along a model that you finished and people vote on it. We have a raffle and just a general get together and any sort of general business we need to do. We're also doing coaching. One of the guys is doing coaching on judging for our expo. So yeah, they're a bit more formal, but the fettling days are the fun days.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, very good. So you said you have 100 members. What's the age sort of bracket of your membership? Yeah.
Well, it varies a lot. We have a few junior members that are very active on the club. Of course, we have most of the club sits around the 55 plus bracket, I would say, but yeah, everyone. But what I like to say is that everyone enjoys the club meetings, and we have what we call Model of the Month. So basically, everyone shows up with the latest model they build, put on a table. Everyone chat about the models on the table. We do like a popular vote contest, and we nominate the 3 best each month. At the end of the year, we have like a perpetual trophy that we give for the member that put more votes during the year.
Oh, that's a good way of keeping interest up.
Yeah, it's a good challenge. Yeah.
And we have a couple of internal club competitions throughout the year. One for we ran around May the 4th for what we call Star Master, which is science fiction models that also covers gaming and Gundam, if you want to do that as well. We have Auto Master, that was, I think, last month, which is cars. No good for you, Dave. I know you wouldn't be interested in that one.
No, Julian would be smacking his lips over that one.
Exactly.
For sure.
Julian special for that. And then we have what we call Sprue Master, which is just a general one in September. It's technically judged similar to what the Expo, and this is also a bit of a practice run for people that want to have a go at the judging as well at Expo. So it's sort of a dual purpose. It's a comp with a trophy, perpetual trophy, but also is a good practice run for people for the judging for the Expo.
So it sounds like your club's a very broad church, where you cater to all aspects of the hobby.
Absolutely, yeah. Paolo's a aircraft modeller, aren't you, mate? And what scale is it? What scale do you prefer?
Well, the God's only true scale, 172.
Oh, yeah. Kentucky Dave would love you for saying that.
For sure. He knows the best.
And Paolo, you were just saying before that you actually entered a Gundam model into the Models Without Borders competition last year, and you came silver in Masters, you were saying.
So, yeah, I entered one of the MAK build, and I got a silver on advanced category, and I got a nomination for a commendation for 172 airplane.
Well, congratulations and very well on that, because that was the judges who were looking at all world class. So getting a silver is, it's a real feather in your cap. Well done.
I was very happy.
Did you get back to the club and brag about it?
A little bit.
I didn't actually know that you got that. You didn't tell me. Was that the MAK vignette that you did?
Yep.
The one I coached you on with.
Oh, now it comes out.
And he hassled Lincoln Wright about it and kept sending him photos.
That's the one.
Lincoln actually said to me at Scale Act last year, he said, is that guy Paolo? Is he with you this weekend? He kept sending me photos. So we all had a good laugh about it. Yeah.
Oh, Link would love that. You know what he's like. He's a mad nutter for MAK. So yeah.
I'll tell you, when I was in Japan in May, and I've got one of those Hunstaffel shirts.
Yes.
That Link did, and I deliberately wore that on my day in Akihabara. And I got my missus to take a photograph of me with the shirt in front of a Machine Krieger display. I think it was in either Yellow Submarine or Volks. I can't remember.
Right.
And I emailed it to him, and we had about a 3-day interchange. It was a good laugh. He's a really good sport, and he's a really good inspiration modeler. He
is, and he's very approachable too, and he can talk underwater as well.
Yeah, no, good guy.
So, talking about MAK and also Gundam as well, you've got that certainly in your club. You're finding it a lot of, and this is a leading question into what the modelling scene is like in South Australia, but you're finding a lot of young people sort of coming into the club via the Gundam stream?
Young James actually did turn 18 there, so he's technically no longer a junior, but he's had a couple of like anime. They're not. I don't know the genre titles and stuff, but he built something that was a futuristic cycle, motorcycle type thing with a anime theme to it, and he's built a couple of things like that. So yeah, he's done that. Some of the juniors, traditionally take the aircraft and armour and things like that. But yeah, it is popular. It's definitely an emerging part of the hobby for our sort of region.
Yeah.
I've even done a Gundam model myself, so I reckon they're great fun to have a go at. And I'll tell you, if I can digress slightly,
sure.
We went to a World Heritage listed Japanese site in Nikko, which is about an hour north of Tokyo.
Yeah.
They had a commemorative Gundam issued there 2 years ago for the 25th anniversary of the World Heritage listing, and I couldn't for the life of me work out why they were selling this samurai-themed Gundam model in the gift shop cafe until we went to the shrine further up the hill later on, and there was actually an assembled model of this commemorative Gundam inside the shrine.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah, fully endorsed. So one of them came home with me, absolutely.
Terrific.
Yeah, that's how big Gundam is. It makes its way into a holy sacred site.
Yeah.
I think it's worth to say as well that our club is very we cater for every genre of scale model, not just the normal cars, airplanes, and armor. And we have a lot of people that like sci-fi and also wargaming figures, which is becoming very popular at the moment in our club.
Yeah. There's a lot of talent in the gaming figures. Obviously on the paint front, they're incredible. You've mentioned before, Jamie Stokes, I think, was entered in the Rocky Mountain one. Jamie and I have attended a couple of, there's a figure painters guild or display figure painters guild here in Adelaide, and they meet at one of the war game shops. And he and I, earlier in the year, attended a couple of the meetings there, and the talent is just overflowing with people that can paint and have, that, I can't remember, what's the light where it's coming from?
Zenithal lighting.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, they could do that. And we watched one guy who was doing a coaching session, and just amazing talent. Yeah.
I want to say that that figure painting guild setup is pretty much all around Australia now, in all the major cities now.
Yeah,
and it's certainly anybody within Australia who's looking to sort of hone their skills on figure painting, not just the the tanker standing next to his tank, but get right into it. Certainly go and check those guys out, because they could be a great help in sort of progressing your skills forward.
Yeah, and Jamie's a very good figure painter, a lot better than I am. But I was quite happy with the way how welcoming they were, and you bring along what you're working on, and there's no judgment. They'll give you some critique and encouragement and everything, and my stuff's nowhere near what they're capable of and doing, but they're really welcoming and they're quite enthusiastic about just talking about whatever subject you're working on.
But David, that's what all clubs should be. Regardless of where you're at in your journey as a modeler, that's what all clubs should be, welcoming. And,
yes,
because by the grace of God, we also started at that low point, didn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, hairy sticks and tube glue in the 80s. That's what it was. Yeah,
it goes back even further for me. I think it was back in the 70s.
Yeah. Yeah. We've all no doubt come a long way.
We do. So, how is the modelling scene in South Australia, in Adelaide, in particular?
I think we are very privileged here. We have a few brick and mortar shops here, very good ones, and I would say it's very good.
Yeah, it's vibrant. As I said, those fettling days that we have are quite popular. The interaction with the other organisations like the Figure Painter Guild, I'm going to continue to get that wrong. Display Painters Guild, I think they're called. That's really positive. The interactions I have with the wargaming shops when I go there, just to buy paint, for example. I'm not a gamer, but they are very well. You go to buy half a dozen pots of paint, and it's what are you working on? What are you building? So
they're generally interested. They're not.
Yeah.
It's funny you should say that, because whenever I've sort of wandered into a what's the name? War Games, is it? Warhammer store, or what do you call? They're not trying to shove something down the throat. They're generally interested to know what you're working on, or what and they don't care if it's not Warhammer or anything like that. And I find that refreshing.
Yes, it's enthusiasm that welcomes you, and you want to come back. Exactly
right. Right. Yep. So you've got a show coming up, which I've been threatening for many years to come over to. I nearly got there. 1 year, I was so close, but I had a family emergency that popped up. But you've got a show coming up soon, so let's hear a bit more about that.
Okay, maybe I can take this one. So we're going to have our 43rd edition of our expo, and I believe it's potentially one of the longest running model expo in Australia.
Oh, that's a big call, Paul.
I would like to be challenged on that.
I will say, Dave, I'll just jump in here. The one of the first SAPMA expos that I attended, I was in year 10 in high school in 1985, and it was held in my high school canteen. So I can attest that it was running at least a couple of years before that. So early 80s is how far it goes back for us. So
yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So, and the dates are the 10th and the 11th of October this year at the John Dunning Centre at Prince Alfred College at the Catville Terrace, Cantown.
You guys have been there for ages. It's serving you well, obviously.
Fourth year. This is the fourth year at this location, which, Paolo, you can read the rest of what we read.
No. It's I think the main thing about this place is we were very welcome over there, and the light is very good throughout the day and during the night when we do our judging. So a very good lighting, so that presents the models very well. It's central to the city with good parking, free parking. Only a short distance to the popular Norwood Parade shopping and dining precinct. What else?
Well, you've hit on two important points there, and that's the parking and the lighting, I think. If you can tick those two boxes off, you're halfway there to a decent model show.
Yeah. And also, like Paolo said, the location there, it's nearby to the Norwood Parade shopping and dining precinct, and not too far, obviously, in the city of Adelaide either. But, if you want to have a break partway through the day, you can always go, or if you brought the rest of the family and they don't want to stay there the whole day, they can go up for to check out the shopping and the local amenities and cafes and stuff up the road as well. So it's quite a good location.
Entry fees for models and entry fees for people who just want to come and have a look.
Bella, you want me to run for that one? So public viewing general admission charges. So we've got $10. $10. Sorry, you want to go that, Paolo?
No, you go.
Yeah, okay. So adults $10. 2-day pass is $15. Concession students $5, and their concession student 2-day pass for $7. Family single-day pass is 2 adults and 2 children for $15, and children under 12 are free if accompanied by an adult. Paolo, would you like to do the entrance costs?
Yes, so
I think that's on the next page, is it?
While Paolo's digging through that, I'll just say I'm mightily impressed to see you've got a category for rockets, missiles, and space.
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
We have over 40 categories for the expo.
I won the rockets with 2 years ago with a
Tomahawk.
Was a Tomahawk 72nd scale Tomahawk cruise missile. It was tiny.
Yeah, so I'm looking at the picture now of it.
It's nothing special. It was just whatever else was there. So it was more luck than anything else. So I've just located the fees, the entry fees for the actual entrance. So juniors aged 17 and under are free. Adults for the technically judged models are $8, inclusive of your first 3 models entered, and then $3 per model thereafter. If you just want to display your models, because we do have both technically judged or display only. If you don't want the pressure of having your models judged, then you pay the public viewing charge. So it would be the $10 for the day, or $15 for the 2-day pass. So
no worries.
Yeah.
And of course, you're well supported by, excuse me, a bit of frog in my throat. Model World out of Richmond, Aeroworks, Hobby Habit, and Military Hobbies, all supporters of and sponsors of the South Australian Plastic Models Association, which is great to see.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do have more traders coming as well. So if you do want me to read the list out, I have got there are more.
No, we have our own.
Yeah, there's about a dozen traders coming. Plus, we've got support from local and interstate sponsors as well, just donating prizes and financial assistance. So we are very, very well supported, and we really do appreciate all the sponsors and traders that look after us.
Fantastic. Where can people go to find out more information about your upcoming Model Expo on the 10th and 11th of October?
So the single source for information would be our website. So all the updated news and everything about the contests can be found over there. We also are across all the social media like Facebook and Instagram. And if you want to direct an email directly for our secretary, it's secretary@sapma.com.au.
That's sapma.com.au.
Yep. Which is coincidentally the website address, sapma.com.au.
Perfect. Gentlemen, thanks very much for popping along and educating us a little bit about what Croweaters get up to. But before I go, it would be remiss for me not to thank you and your club for your generous support of On the Bench, which has been ongoing now for a few years now. And you're very early supporters of this podcast, and it's certainly appreciated by myself and the lads as well. And it's great how we all band together and look after each other and help each other. It's terrific.
It's a pleasure for us to support your podcast, Dave, and I think you do a good job in promoting the hobby, and especially the Aussie hobby of scale model. And I would like to extend the invitation for next year again for you to and Julian and Ian to be here.
Well, I'd like to have a crack at this year, October 11th and 10th. So.
Wow. More than welcome.
Well, it's been a pretty busy year for me so far, so Let me see if I can make it even busier and sort of squeeze that in for a weekend. That'd be awesome. If not, I definitely will commit to next year. But you never know. I might roll up this year. I don't know whether I'll get Julian and Ian along, but I could do a solo trip over there. Have microphone will travel, as they say.
Yeah, more than welcome, Dave. We'd love to have you over here. Absolutely.
Terrific. And it might give me a chance, because I'll tell you what I do have trouble with is I don't have trouble finding talented Aussie modelers. I have trouble finding talented Aussie modelers that like to get behind a microphone.
You have no problem. As I said, Dave, I've done community radio for motorsport. So I'm more than happy to come on your show anytime, mate.
Yeah, but Dave, you missed it. I said talented modelers.
Yes, well, that's it. we can work on one aspect of it. It's hard to drop your microphone, Dave, when it's on a stand.
Yeah, I know. All right, Jez, thanks very much for taking time out and popping on the show.
Fantastic.
Thank you for having us.
No worries. I'll catch you later.
Appreciate it.
Well, it was a great interview and catching up with the Croweaters. I've really got to try and get over there in October.
I've been saying that for years, Dave.
I know, but I'm wondering if I can sneak over for a day, like drive over on Friday and come back Sunday.
If we're going to do it, we're going to do it properly.
Yeah,
no half-assed message.
Yeah, but can you commit to October for a weekend?
Not this October, no.
All right.
Next October, probably, yeah.
Well, then how about I do a reconnaissance this year?
Yeah. Because we still got to get back. We got to get that. It's still the one up in New South.
Well, that's going to be next year. That's why I was thinking of.
And then we still got to get back to
Queensland. Yeah, I know.
Because that was awesome, and those guys really looked after us.
They did.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, let's have a listen to find out what the Massholes have to say.
Yeah,
and,
about
chat to
PATCON.
them to Mason and Spencer. And joining us on the show now, we have Mason and Spencer from IPMS Patriot Scale Modellers, which is in Eastern Massachusetts. Good evening, gentlemen. How are you both?
Doing pretty good. How are you?
Doing great.
Good.
Thanks to have us back.
That's all right. So we've got you back so you can talk about what you've been up to.
Well, since we saw you last, we ended up running PATCON, our IPMS show in 2025, which was an awesome success. Awesome. The show's been growing year after year. It grew about 20% as far as number of models and number of participants. Maybe that's because people heard about it here.
It's definitely why because people heard about it here. Come on, let's be positive about this.
So now we're just gearing up for September 27th to run the new show.
Awesome.
Terrific. So any changes you're bringing into the show at all, or anything you're going to change, or you're just going to rinse, wash, and repeat?
For the most part, it's the same. Mm-hmm. One change we have this year is we didn't do this before, and I don't know if you guys do this locally, but we're going to have club tables set up.
We do that all the time. Yep.
Okay, yeah. So we're going to have those club tables so other local clubs can, display their stuff, kind of get themselves out there. Maybe other people can learn of their shows when they come here.
What happens here with our show here in Melbourne is that all the clubs attend, and the clubs actually think up a theme for themselves, which is independent of what the actual model show is. And then there's a category for best club display as well.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. So, for example, and it's a good way for the clubs to sort of, fight for bragging rights. And so, I want to say there's about 8 clubs generally, or 9 or 10 clubs that go to Melbourne Expo.
Yeah, probably something like that.
And each one, like, what was our theme this year? It was made in Japan. So anything that was related to Japan went on the table. And of course we did, and all the clubs sort of outdo themselves with doing a really good display and backboards and signage and everything. So it really helps attract the crowds. And
some of them go really off road, you know.
Yes.
Like one year they had one of the clubs had almost like a cage kind of thing over the top of their table, and they had all this stuff hanging off of it.
Yeah. So it's really fun. Another one, one of our clubs over in the northern suburbs, they did. Was it NAM? I think it was. They did a D-Day, and they had a complete diorama of one of the beaches
that was
on D-Day,
insane,
which was just incredible. Our club many years ago actually built a replica of a 72nd scale replica of a Japanese aircraft carrier.
48 scale.
48 scale of a Japanese aircraft carrier.
The Akagi.
Wow.
Yeah. And just a section of the the flight deck.
No.
Was it?
They had the full hull.
Did we have the full hull?
Yeah, it never got finished though.
Oh, okay. But that just goes to that's demonstrating to you guys how far we go down here. So.
Yeah. Well, what can be achieved with clubs?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
That
feel like
sounds
that's
awesome.
a space that's underexplored, at least in the model shows that I've been to in this part of the U.S. So
Yep.
I think it'd be fun to kind of push that. We're starting that this year. It'd be fun to keep going with stuff like that.
Well, you look at Ian, you look at the guys in the UK with their show, which is escaping me at the moment, the big one they have. Telford, yes. So Telford have their special interest groups, which is kind of similar, I guess, to clubs. And I noticed that IPMS Nationals in the US is their tiger meat side of things is growing in popularity, where people who have a particular bent for a subject will just display all their stuff there without going in the judging room. I find that area quite interesting when I go there.
I think for Shizuoka in Japan, there's also a similar sort of thing.
Yes, it is. Yes, yeah, where you can just get clubs just displaying. Yeah,
And the good thing with club displays is usually if you stick like a couple of chairs behind the table for the members.
Yeah.
So when the general public goes through, they can have a chat to the members, and it's a good way to promote and basically fish for new members.
So you're right, Spencer. I think it's underexplored, certainly in your neck of the woods.
Well, and I think too, the thing about fishing for new members is that it's growth potential for everybody, not just us, right?
Yes.
Like I've met so many people at shows and around here and said, "Oh yeah, like where are you from?" And they've come from like 2-3 hours away, right? So if a club that is in their more local area also has a club table at like our show, that's great. And that they have a new member and a new we've just built that community up a little bit more. So
and then that's what it's all about. It's about lifting and raising the community. We go so far as like we got tablecloths made for our club display, and we got a QR code printed on it, so the guys can just as you come along, you just hit your phone and it takes them straight to our club Facebook page. Little ideas like that.
yeah.
So how many clubs have you got coming this year to your show?
I believe we have 7 tables.
Oh, that's good. That's a great start.
That's great.
Yeah.
I'm not in charge of filling those tables, so I don't know how many are taken or not right now, but we've got room for 7.
Nice.
And we're in, if you know how IPMS works in the U.S., we're in Region 1, the Northeast.
Yep.
So New England, New York, and a lot of our club presidents have like a meeting every, I don't know if it's quarter or monthly. They get together and talk about their clubs, and we try to tighten up, how are we doing things in the region? So hopefully that means a number of those clubs will come and fill those out.
That'd be really good. Really good.
Definitely.
And it's something, if you guys can sort of encourage and push that, I think you'll find that it'll become quite a success.
Yeah, and I don't think it's
Right, so
limited
if you
to
build it, they will
IPMS
come.
clubs.
Go ahead, Spencer.
Oh, I was saying I don't think it's limited to it's not limited to IPMS clubs either. So we know there's an AMPS chapter in the region. It'd be great to have those guys. There's probably unaffiliated groups out there that exist that we don't know about yet that we'd love to have. Stuff like that,
like local Gundam clubs or Warhammer clubs, or even wargaming clubs that are local to your area. Bring all their Napoleonics out or whatever and display them.
Yeah, I used to belong to some of those, so I'd be happy to have them there. We actually have. I'm glad you brought that up. We had a big turnout for miniatures, gaming miniatures, in their own category last year.
Oh, cool.
So much growth from the previous year. and some absolutely incredible miniature painters that are outside maybe the typical model sphere of the podcast fans here, but with a K, Chromatic Miniatures, all one word, on Instagram. She does some of the best, and I've been painting miniatures for 25 years. She does some of the best I've ever seen, creative and just the technique. She brings a lot to the show. She's just starting to bring some of her friends as well. Just super well represented, and the club couldn't be happier with it.
I think you'd be surprised. I mean, I'm just thinking back to our club. I reckon about 10% of our members have got, their toe, or used to have their toe in the wargaming community, or still have. So, I used to play the old Avalon Hill board games once upon a time in conjunction with modelling when I was a young lad.
Yep.
Used to love it. Luftwaffe and Panzerleader and Squad Leader. Oh, they're bringing back memories. So yeah, it's an untapped market, isn't it?
Yeah, we definitely have some more Warhammer folks in the club. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
No, we definitely have some Warhammer folks, focused folks in the club too. So I'm hoping that they talk to their friends and
definitely
do the thing.
Mm. So PATCON 2026. Sorry, go ahead.
Well, please go ahead.
So PATCON 2026, you're back at the same location again, which was the American Heritage Museum, I want to say.
Yes, that's actually what I was just going to say. It'll be our third year there. You could read my mind. It'll be our third year there, and we have a great relationship with the Ryan, the director at the museum. He's very pleased to have us involved and treats us great. We love having the show there. We have so much feedback about people just so pleased that the show is at such an amazing location. It's a museum with military vehicles, planes, tanks, jeeps, everything from essentially all wars that America was involved in. And it sounds like it's a little thing. It's a rather sizable museum, and the displays are really well put together. They have a hangar where they have all their planes, and they empty the hangar out, and that's where we have our show, is in that separate building.
Very cool.
They do tank rides. They have all these operational tanks, and they do obviously for fee. You can do tank rides, and you can actually pay more than I want to pay, and you can actually take 20 minutes to drive the tank.
Oh, even better.
Yes.
Even better.
The authentic stuff.
Very cool.
Yeah, but we have a great. Actually, I don't know if it's happening this year. The past 2 years, the museum has donated a tank ride to our raffle.
Oh wow!
I ended up winning. I ended up getting to take my 7-year-old son and an M36 Jackson.
Oh, cool.
And that was the best day of his life.
I'll bet it was. I'll bet it was. That is so cool, isn't it? So do you get many vendors?
Yeah, we got a very sizable vendor room. How many tables do you remember, Spencer?
So Mike is looking to fill 50 tables this year.
50 tables,
which doesn't mean 50 vendors, because many of them will take multiple tables.
Yeah.
But yeah, last year we had in the range of 35 to 40-ish, I think. But yeah, everything involved in this show is growing year after year, and so vendors are certainly part of that. So that's the goal, is 50. We're going to squeeze them in. They're helping. One of the things that they're going to do, the hangar is split into multiple levels. So you have the bottom hangar floor where all the planes are, and that's where the main show floor is, where all the models are. And then up the stairs is our vendor area and our seminar area, and also where we have the raffle. And so for the longest time, they've had a classic police car in there, and then they had a car that was apparently owned by Al Capone
cool.
in there, which is really cool. They're going to move those cars out if they can to make us some more room for vendor tables and stuff like that. So yeah, they also have a lot of classic cars. They have a classic car garage, just walking distance away. So
So,
We've also got.
Going there. You wouldn't. Because the show. How many days does the show run for? 1 or 2?
Just the one day.
Just one day.
Yeah, just the one day.
Just the one day. Yes.
Just trying to split your time between the show and the exhibits would be quite difficult.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, you all
down
go to model shows, and you get there. I don't know how your shows typically go. Like typically for IPMS shows, not that it's a standard, but doors open at 9. You get in, you put your stuff on the table. Judging doesn't even start till noon.
Yeah.
So it's like, what are you doing the whole time? Well, go to the museum.
Yeah. So entry for the show is competition entry is $10, or just the display entry is $5, and show entry by itself is $5. Typically in the museum, I think it's around $23 to get into that. So is that a price on top that people have to pay to get in, or does your entry cover the whole admission to the museum as well?
Spencer?
Okay, so in the past, we have done it so that if you pay entry for our show, you get a discount on the entry into the museum.
Oh, cool.
So we need to do a little more legwork to arrange that, but that's the goal. It's getting into the show. The hangar is in a separate building from the rest of the museum.
Right.
Yep. Yeah, so it's a little easy for them to kind of keep folks
corralled
between
away.
the two buildings. But once you, but like I think it's so worth it to go to the museum too.
Well, why wouldn't you? I mean, you're there for an extra, $20 or whatever.
Oh.
And and we're just looking online now on the website, and it looks like a fantastic museum.
Oh yeah, it's absolutely worth the price of admission, and that's coming from someone who I was never really into like tanks or military stuff or planes all that much, and it was. I keep going every year, and I took my son there separately from that, so like I've been 3 times.
Wow.
Oh, cool.
So for someone who's not really into that stuff, if I'm loving it that much, if you're into tanks or into anything, like you got to go to that museum.
Yeah,
definitely.
Yeah.
Most definitely.
You having any talks on there at all? So any seminars at all?
We have 2 slots open. I'm working on one. I don't want to say what it is yet because I don't have the people locked down. It's essentially going to be, if I can get it working in time, it's going to be about miniature painting. Like, every show has the same thing about how do you do weathering? How do you do this? And it's like, we've all seen that. I want to do something that hasn't been done all that much of the show. So I wanted to have miniature painters out there, and I wanted to do it kind of like a round table. Like I'll host it. I'll have some canned questions. Like we'll have 3 people, they can answer it, and then do a Q&A as well. About just it doesn't have to be gaming miniatures, figure painting in general.
Yep.
So that's probably going to be one, but not 100% there yet.
Okay. And you're judging and awarding, is it gold, silver, bronze, or first, second, third?
It is mostly first, second, third.
Yep.
And then for some categories, it's going to be gold, silver, bronze. The junior category is gold, silver, bronze because you got a bunch of kids showing up. You want to make sure you can give them something instead of just the 1, 2, 3.
Sure.
And the I keep want to say wargaming miniatures, which is what we called it last year. We're talking. It's just going to be gaming miniatures now because wargaming is such a specific subset of gaming miniatures. We didn't want people to think that they weren't welcome if they had just a D&D character or something like that. So it's just gaming miniatures, and they do gold, silver, bronze as well because. Outside of IPMS, that is the standard in those kind of competitions for miniature painting.
Yep.
So we wanted to adopt that. The Gundam community is often gold, silver, bronze as well. We're not doing it for the Gundam and the mecha categories this year. That hopefully it might change next year. We've gotten a lot of feedback from Gundam folks who they're used to going to IPMS shows, they're used to 1, 2, 3, but they want to see what they're more familiar with, and I can completely understand that.
Yeah.
And that's you got a display table for Legos as well.
Yeah. Oh, so last year we had a Lego table, and we also had a display only table. We just want to have as many crafty people coming and showing things. The display only table, you could just put your models out there. They're not going to be judged, but they will. You can just put your name out there. Just bring anything you want to show. That table fills up fast. A lot of people will bring things that they want just have people look at, and maybe they aren't into competition, but they want to share their artwork and they want to talk about it and get some feedback maybe, or teach some people things. All sorts of reasons people bring stuff to that. Like I'll be bringing stuff to the competition, but I'm also going to put some stuff on the show table, the display only. At the Lego. We also have, and this is important too, we have a make and take.
Yes.
For kids. So we often have some of the entry grade Gundam kits and Pokemon kits and the simpler Bandai things that, kids can wrap their heads around.
Yep.
They're being donated by Turn 4 Models. And some great people there. They come to all our shows. So they're donating the stuff. And then we'll have someone from our club sitting at that table, just giving out a kit and like kind of helping kids work through how you start this stuff so they can make it there and take home a fully done model, quickly.
Mason, before we actually dive into where and when and how people get there and all the rest, I'm just going to make a comment. You have a magnificent beard. Tell me, please, that you're a reenactor, because with a beard like that, you'd fit right in.
No, I'm not. I don't have time for that.
All right, Jen. So whereabouts, and so let's go for the details now. Where can people find out more about this, where it's being held, what time, et cetera, et cetera?
Sure. It's at the American Heritage Museum in Hudson, Massachusetts, on September 27th. The doors open at 9. You can find more info at our club has a website. If you just look up Patriot Scale Modellers, or if you look up PATCON 2026, you'll find it. All the details are there, the category breakdowns, the pricing structure, all that stuff. Anything else about that, Spencer?
Not that I can think of. I mean, if folks have questions, I don't know if we're at that point yet, but
yeah, sure.
If folks have questions, they can always. We have a contact us thing on our website, but also, my email is treasurer@ipmspatriot.org. I'm also on Instagram at Thrift Shop Modeler. So definitely feel free to reach out. I will also be at IPMS Nationals in Fort Wayne, and I plan on wearing a bright teal San Jose Sharks hat, which I feel like is pretty noticeable. So if you're going to Nats and you have a question and you see somebody in a teal hat, that's probably me. You can feel free to come up and say hi.
Cool.
And any additional questions, I run the Instagram and Facebook groups for Patriot Scale Modelers. So you can look that up for Patriot, and also Vehicle for Butter on Instagram. If anyone wants to reach out and has any questions, you can grab me there.
Well, one thing
One
we haven't
more thing
spoken
about the museum.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
One more thing about the museum, and kind of circling back to what Ian was saying about talking about the different club tables and how it's just good to get everyone together. Talking to Ryan at the museum yesterday, 2 days ago, and he loves what we're doing. He likes our affiliation or our working with the museum. He asked us to come in and do a build day some Saturday. So we'd just be on the floor in the museum. We're all surrounded by all the tanks and everything, and just have a build day with our club, and people can come by and ask questions about modeling, maybe how to get into it, some beginner stuff, just demonstrate things. And there's an AMPS group, and forgive me, I don't know their chapter name, but there's an AMPS group in Eastern Mass as well, and they do build days there. It happened that the days that I offered Ryan to do it, the only day that his schedule was open was also the day that the AMPS group was going to be there. So he reached out to them, and they wrote back an email just saying, like, that's awesome. We want to do it together with them, even though it's just all modeling. We don't care about if it's just armor, or if it's And you talked about how modeling is, especially modeling clubs, are evolving, especially in the last 10 or 15 years, how it's just about modeling. It's genre agnostic. So on Saturday, August 15th, we're going to be there with our chapter and the local AMPS chapter doing a build day and just kind of hanging out and talking models with anyone who wants to come over and talk to us.
That's awesome.
You made an interesting point that I want to pick up on, and I think this is also leading question into your actual modelling club as well. We're finding out here that more and more people are sort of eschewing the old traditional sort of model meetings where you have the meetings brought to order and you read the minutes of the last meeting, you do all that. Nowadays, more and more clubs are just there as a place where you come and just hang out and talk and just build. You know, there's no club business done whatsoever apart from maybe a 5 or 10 minute announcement or something like that.
Yeah,
And
less formal. Sort
yeah,
of
it's
atmosphere.
very the formality's just sort of gone out the window these days. And I'm just looking at the picture of online of your Patriot Scale Modellers.
Very diverse group of people.
Yeah, you got a real mix there of people there from all ages is what we're trying to say, from young right through
ages,
to,
genders.
Yeah,
it's good to see.
And all genres as well. Like actually, and I also want to say, if anyone's listening to this, if you are local and you don't need to necessarily join or anything, if you just want to come to a meeting and see what that's about, you're always welcome to come. Our meeting info is up on the website as well.
Awesome.
And yeah, our meetings are kind of the same. Like, we have a structure to them, but it's very informal. Greet everyone, puts things on the table in the middle. Who's gonna we have a show and tell coming up, so we'll do the club business, which is kind of just it's like 2 or 3 minutes of just like, hey, here's stuff. If we have to vote on something, we vote on something, and that's, I've been there for 3 years, and I think we voted on maybe 3 things. So not very business oriented.
No, which is the way you want it.
yeah.
Yeah, and then we get into our it's funny, I'm 51 years old. Saying the word show and tell brings me back to kindergarten. But it's just show and tell. Like, you get up, you talk about your build. Maybe you solicit some feedback, so people get into some back and forth and talking. It gets people talk, and it's the thing I love that from my first meeting, and I was primarily just a Gundam builder at the time. From my first meeting, so you're looking at the group, right? And I'm looking around, I'm seeing just a bunch of old guys who just have planes and tanks and cars and stuff. And that's great. Like, that's what I started on when I was a kid. But I thought there's no way they're going to give a damn about this, especially weird looking Gundam kit, the Hygog, if you know it. It's like a submarine unit. It's a wacky looking thing.
Yeah.
And as I was talking about it, like, everyone was like focused. They were there. They were really listening. People who clearly have never known anything about Gundam were giving me some feedback or asking me some questions, and I was like, "Oh, this is a good group." Like, they just like modeling. It's not about just the subcategories.
Yeah, no politics involved.
No.
Yep.
I will say, one of the funny things about our meetings is that, like, when we have a new person, right, we go around the room and we say, "Oh, I'm so and so, and I'm interested in this." And honestly, it takes longer than the business, and it happens almost every meeting where we have a new person. So, like, you're able to kind of watch the roundtable introductions evolve over time, where people will be like, "Oh yeah, I'm so and so, I'm a Gundam builder," and then next month it's like, "Oh yeah, I'm so and so, I'm a Gundam builder. I've also got some tanks," and the next month it's, "Oh, I'm a Gundam builder and tank builder, and I've got some airplanes too," and it's just like kind of keeps going, and eventually we all do everything, which is great.
Yeah.
The way
and then I know you'll love this, that we do have a raffle within our club meeting too. If you bring a model for show and tell, you get a free ticket. Or we sell tickets as well.
You guys love your raffles.
I knew you were going to appreciate that.
Yeah. Never get between an American and a raffle, I'll tell you, because you get stampeded.
But yeah, and of course, like, the main thing is to get together, hang out. Most everyone's building something at the time while everything's going on.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mason, did we forget to talk about one other important thing about PATCON with respect to the reception and build night?
Yes,
we actually did.
I don't think we've talked about that, have we?
So we talked about it last year, but we're doing it better this year. This was kind of put together. I put it together last minute last year. I want the show to grow, and I want people to come travel for it. And I started traveling a little bit up and down the East Coast to go to different shows. The farthest I've gone down is Virginia. It's a 10-hour drive, and met some great people down there. And I went down there because they came up to a show in New Hampshire, and I met them there. And it just started growing. We're starting to get more people traveling for the show, especially non-traditional models like Gundam, Mecha, anime, gaming figure people. Like these people are traveling a lot more, and so we wanted to have something for people coming out of town to do because the show is on Sunday.
Right.
So if you're driving or traveling Saturday and you get to town, like you don't know anyone, you don't have anything to do.
Just go to your hotel room and get a burger and go to sleep.
Yeah, and then you sleep it off, and then you get to the show early.
Yeah.
But so we, in working and trying to find a venue that we could have something, I ended up talking to Ryan at the museum. He's like, just have it here.
Yeah.
And I was like, we can do that? And he's like, yeah, just have it here. So after the museum closes, it happened last minute last year, and he's got to staff it. So he's got to have some of his employees. Two of his employees very graciously donated their time and said, "No, we'll just show up. We like modeling too, so we'll go." So we were only able to have 25 guests.
Mm-hmm.
This year they're letting us have 50 guests. So it's essentially a build night on the floor of the museum. You're surrounded by just cool military vehicles, like 5 feet away from you, and we get some food and just hang out and build, just like a regular build night, but it's it's for people out of town. I mean, locals are always welcome as well. A lot of our club members will show up as well, and that's free.
I can see that being super popular.
Yeah, a night at the museum. Hey, it sounds like a good title for a movie.
Yeah. That's the kind of thing you can only really pull off if you've got someone in charge of the museum who's
keen on it.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, if you got someone who's more rigid, that's not happening, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I was shocked, and he was like, "Yeah, you can just go down on the floor and go ahead, go down with glue, like beside our precious museum things, and and go down and get some pizza or something."
I think you got to shout out the museum employees who donate their time, because without those guys doing that, it wouldn't happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was I forget his last name, but that was Andrew. And he's the one who runs their socials. So if you look up the American Heritage Museum on Instagram, it's Andrew you'll be talking to.
Mm-hmm.
I believe him and Matt were the ones who did it. And I think they're going to do it again this year. But it's going to be the same thing. The details are going to be up on our website. It's going to be RSVP only because we don't want 80 people showing up. And the museum said we had to cap it at 50 and turn people away.
Sure.
Yeah.
But what a great experience, though.
Oh, it can be awesome, mate.
Yes, yeah. Build night at the museum, having the feed.
The problem is I wouldn't get much building done.
I'd be too busy gawking around at everything else in the museum,
wandering around the museum. Yes.
Well, I was running around and hosting, and I had the foolish idea that I was going to get some building done. I think I nipped off 2 parts last year, so
that was it.
I'll bring a kit this year, but I know I'm getting nothing done, and I'm happy to do it because I get to see these people who are traveling, who I'm friends with, that they're bringing other people. We had people coming from New York, all up and down the East Coast, New York, Maine, New Jersey.
To be fair, Massachusetts is pretty easy to get to, though, on the East Coast.
It is.
Yeah.
As long as
you can find a way to navigate around the big cities, you can get a pretty good run.
Oh, yeah.
And for people who are afraid of driving in or near Boston, it is west of Boston. You're not going to go into Boston coming here.
I remember back in the 90s, I drove from New York into Boston, and it was the bit in between Boston and New York was great, but getting out of New York and getting into Boston were both horror stories.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah. And that was back in the 90s, mid-90s. I hate to think it was
so my in-laws are in on Long Island in New York, so I go back and forth there a lot.
Well, I actually drove from Long Island to Boston. So, yeah. Let me think now. It was over the Frog's Throat Bridge, I think it was. I had to go across.
Frog's Neck, yeah.
Frog's Neck Bridge, yeah. Which I always giggle at because I think it's a weird name for a bridge. But anyway.
I honestly thought that Frog's Throat was like an inside Australian joke that I would never understand. So I'm shocked to find out that Frog's Neck is a real name.
Yep.
Oh, jeez.
Fantastic.
Guys, thanks very much for being on the show. And again, we're pushing PATCON 2026, which is a scale model expo that is going to be at the American Heritage Museum on the 27th of September. 9 a.m. doors are open, closes at 5 p.m. And the American Heritage Museum is 568 Main Street, Hudson, Massachusetts, home of the Massholes. Did I get that right? Yeah. How come you've gone Red Mason when I said that? If I really did, I need to cut that out, guys.
Oh no.
Okay, good. All right.
You do not need to cut that. We're called the Massholes, and we wear it proudly.
Good. Okay.
Yeah, I am a transplant, and the day that somebody calls me a masshole, I'm going to be so happy.
Oh, there you go.
I'm here, so I'm not a masshole until somebody calls me one.
Then you know you've made it.
That's it.
Yeah, then I know.
Thanks very much, guys, for being on the show. And please send us an email and let us know how the show goes. We're
Yeah,
really
some
keen to-
photos too.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Absolutely, will do.
All right.
And
catch
thanks
you-
so much for having us, man. It's great to get to talk to you guys.
No problem
Always
at
a
all.
pleasure, fellas.
All right. Catch you later.
See you.
Well, always good to catch up with the guys who've been on the show before and to see how their show's gone in previous years.
I really wouldn't. I'd love to go to that show. That just looks really cool.
It does.
What an awesome museum too.
Nice
like-
part of the world too, Massachusetts.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice part of the world.
But I just think it'd be, you'd have to, it'd be so difficult because because when I go to a model show, I prefer to just spend the day talking models and looking at the at the displays. But
see,
being in a museum like that, you'd be so hard to.
See, this is why you'd go up on the Saturday.
Yeah, spend the Saturday at the museum.
You spend Saturday morning driving up, the afternoon in the museum, go check in your hotel, then come back to the museum, do some building with the guys, and have a bit of a scoff, and maybe a couple of sherbets if you're allowed to do that, and then
the following day,
the whole day at the show.
Yeah.
Bada bing, bada boom, all done.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yes.
Anywho,
I was expecting you to continue.
I'm going to put that one on my bucket list. One day I'll get there.
well, hang on, yes, but the other thing that we got to think about is an amps show.
Yeah.
So we have to sort of get over there for one of them.
Yeah.
So many shows, so little time.
Yes. Yeah. But at the moment, though, my time off is limited.
Well, see, I'm the opposite. I've got a wealth of leave sort of sitting there for me, and
Oh, look, it comes to leaving that. Yeah, I've got tons of it, but actually, I have commitments that I have to take care of back home, so I can't really go for too long.
And I've just clocked up an extra 3 weeks leave in my current job I'm doing, so I've got to burn that off because I don't like you having so much time up your sleeve. And I reach out to Kentucky Dave to make sure that he's got the pool set up and got the right beers ready and the pool's at the right temperature and he's got the right burgers ready for me. Although he says he's been practicing cooking burgers. He doesn't need to practice because his burgers are pretty darn good. But really excited about getting over there.
Yeah, no, it sounds like you're going to have a great
And
time.
I'm really excited the fact we're going to Huntsville, Alabama to have a look at the Rocket Gardens and everything as well. That I'm like a giddy kid going to the Royal Melbourne show. I can't wait. Oh, so excited.
Yep.
Anyway. Okay, that brings us close to the end of the show. It's a bit of a long one, this one, I know. We're going to actually record next week, which is going to be delayed because I'll drop automatically while I'm travelling. And
That's right, because you'll be overseas.
I'll be overseas. And we'll catch up when I get back and we'll have a real Kung Fu weekend when I get back.
Sounds awesome.
It does. All right, gents.
See you all and in a fortnight.
See ya.
Okay. Adios.